Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are picking up precisely where we left off at the conclusion of the last stream with the crew of the Kerbals here, Valentina, Deluxe, Dr. Jekyll, and Bill coming back from, what did I do, 2, 3 moon landings, at least a couple of moon landings, and we're on our way back with a boatload of science, and we are making our way back towards Kerbin Station down here. Haven't quite left the moon's SOI just yet, and you know, we're gonna have to do some aerobraking and some rendezvousing and stuff to get down. And another thing that we're going to have to be doing is we're going to have to get an orbiter or two up to pick these folks up, because there are no vessels at Kerbin Station that are capable of descending down to the surface. This thing cannot descend safely down to the surface. It's purely designed as a runabout to go from Kerbin to the moon or Kerbin to Minmus, that kind of thing. And so one of the things you're gonna have to do is get at least one orbiter. I'm thinking I might design a new orbiter. I don't know yet. I'll have to see when I get down there. I'm not entirely sure what parts I have unlocked at this point in time. One of the things I do want to do, though, is once this science gets back, I want to attack this particular contract, which is to explore Eve, which is to do a flyby of Eve. That's going to be done with a probe, but up until recently, I didn't have the antennas capable of reaching from Kerbin out to Eve, so that's going to the next one. And I got one other contract that's still doing, which is to collect the surface deployed mystery goo. I got to collect 50% of what's available there. That's happening automatically in the background. I don't have to worry about it. It's already 30% done, so this will be done there soon enough. And for those people that are new to this series, here, let me get rid of this contract menu thing. This is what I'm calling my hardcore series. This is a hard career game. So that means the big thing is no reverts are allowed. I can't quick save, I can't revert. Whatever happens, happens. I also have turned the science down to 30% of what it normally is. So that means that I'm progressing through here a little bit more slowly than I otherwise would, have to do with less technology. Otherwise, despite what it looks like, this is pretty much a stock game. All the parts are stock, all the gameplay is stock. All I've done is dressed it up a little bit with a few extra things. Okay, and also, actually, while I'm thinking about it, I also want to welcome aboard my most recent Patreon patron. I always like to get these things out of the way early in the stream, so welcome aboard, Just Dector. Thank you, Just Dector. He just joined in as a Patreon patron, and I always like to spend this time to thank very much my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who help support this particular channel. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, I think, is getting these folks down to where I'm just reorienting this a little bit for solar panels. I had it sort of dramatically posing for the thumbnail, but I think it's better to get this back to where it ought to be. So yeah, we just got to get ourselves down around here. So I'm just going to do a warp to here type of thing. And we're saying goodbye to the moon, and we're going to be saying hello to Kerbin. Yeah, one of the annoying things I have with my orbiter situation is that this Cerberus, which I'm using a lot, this has been a great vessel for me. In fact, I have 2 of them, but it holds 4 Kerbals, as you can see here, but my best orbiter only brings up 3, so that mismatch can make it a little bit awkward, especially when you get into rescues and all that kind of stuff. You always end up with the amount of Kerbals don't match the amount of you know what I'm trying to say, the amount of vessels capable of bringing them down. Alright, so we're going to lock this onto the retrograde vector. Do I have this on an action group? I don't think I do, so I'm going to just, you know what, just lights is probably the better plan. There we go. Let's look at it, retract some things, and we're going to be just doing an aerobraking pass here. on the night side of Kerbin. One thing I do have installed, I gave myself the luxury of installing the Trajectories mod, which will predict, yep, that's set up right, what my next orbit's going to be after I do a maneuver such as this. I also have installed the Firefly mod for the re-entry effects because they just look so pretty. Is the more round bottom end of the vessel just to stop drag from re-entry? Nope. The more round was purely an aesthetic choice. This is a 1.875 meter part here, and this is a 1.25 meter engine, and so I just had that fuel can as a transition, and it holds a bit of fuel too. So that was an aesthetic choice. It was nothing to do with fixing drag or anything like that. And some might say that putting a fuel can down here at the bottom of the airstream might not be a good choice, but it seems to do okay. Alright, where are we? Okay, we passed periapsis. We're on our way back up. We can do a little bit of time warping, get this over with. And like I said, we're not, people are so used to re-entries that you are coming down to the surface. The whole point here is not to come down to the surface. It's simply to use the atmosphere to bleed off speed. We're going to be skipping back out of the atmosphere once again, once this is all done. And we're just slowly bringing down our apogee so that we can more effectively rendezvous with the station. Not spend a whole lot on fuel. Okay, so that is that. I think I can probably just do that. Okay, and what I also need to do, let's just turn off trajectories just for a bit. We do have a bit of an inclination difference with the station. That can't be helped. It's kind of the way these worked out. So the conclusion of last stream, I talked about this a little bit, intentionally coming in at a bit of an angle, so my ascending node in this case is out a little bit higher. The further you are from Kerbin when you make these types of burns, the better. And the idea here is to simply, let's see if I can get the little angle here. See if I can just one number. We just want one number. That one, there we go. Get that down to 0, our relative inclination with the target. Oh, that seems to work pretty good. That's a 0. That's a 0. Okay, so we got ourselves a 57 meter per second burn. Yep. You can... I don't know. I played around with the idea of... Let's do this. Thrust. You can use if you go in on an angle through the airstream, you can affect your inclination that way. The game does model that, but it's not super effective, so I'm not gonna do it. Let's see, this way. Well, I'm still locked to that. That's why I do that a lot. It looks like it's pure anti-normal, so I can just put it like this. And again, the whole idea of this is just to match planes with the station. If I put wings on this thing, I could do the inclination check. That's true. You put wings on something, you have a lot of cross-range capability suddenly. I'm just noticing it's coming off of the maneuver there. Don't like that. Okay, let's get rid of this. See how we did. Oh, heck. That's pretty good. Okay, not going to complain about that. And I guess we'll do another pass here. What's Trajectories got to say? Trajectory says on the next pass we're going to be in that one, so that's still plenty safe. Oh, we're already there. Yeah. Yeah, people are bringing up issues with the changing in the atmosphere. The other issue, too, with changing in the atmosphere is if you're going to get that to work, you need to have the ascending or descending node really close to where the periapsis is, not out to, like, where this one is. So, or else you'll never get it down to 0. So, I don't know. Wasn't too much of a burn. What do we got? Still got 480 meters per second. We're fine. And with each one of these passes, we go a little bit slower, which means it's a little less dramatic, a little less heat bars, all of that. Yeah. the upside is using the atmosphere to do whatever you can is free. I don't know, maybe the next time I do this, I'll try and see if I can use the atmosphere more effectively. Yeah, there's a lot to learn. Noah's talking about still baffled by KSB. There's a lot in here. I'm still learning to do stuff. Like, there's still things that I still think of, and this is after over 10 years of playing it, where I still go, you know, maybe it might be better to do this instead of that, or I see something that somebody else does and go, ooh, that's pretty clever. Like, there's a lot. I don't know if it ever ends, the learning that goes on. Okay, how far are we from our next? We are back to periapsis in 1 hour and 17 minutes. Tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to definitely do at least one more pass, but what I'm thinking of is if I open up this, create an alarm. Got to get rid of the... It's in the wrong spot for that alarm. And can I make an alarm for periapsis? I can. Give me like 10 minutes warning. This will remind me to come back here in 1 hour and 7 minutes. Yep, that makes sense. And I'm going to see what we can do about effectively making ourselves a bit of an orbiter. So let's go to the Space Center. We'll come back to these guys in just a little bit. Well, that's very true too, Nathan. Yeah, you can use the atmosphere. Doing the plane change in the atmosphere actually naturally will move the AN and the DN. You can do, and then you can finish it off with the AN out near apoapsis, which will save you cash. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I got. I think I best not spend any of my science. Not much to spend. The only node I can get is this one. I don't think it's worth it. So what I think I shall do, I don't even know what I got for cockpits, honestly. Because I'd love to have something that can hold 4 Kerbals. And this can hold 3. I don't want to unlock anything more. That can hold just 1. That can hold 2. I'm honestly, like, part of me, if I do this, it's going to get scary if I go to the space plane hangar, I know that, and do that, and do that. I've been avoiding space planes, but maybe I shouldn't. What do people think? Do I have the tank editor thing aboard? Nope, that's one too far away from stock. I made a choice not to do that. See, that'll hold 5 Kerbals. If I can make kind of a rocket plane type of thing out of it, that's what I'm thinking about. A rocket plane type of SSTO. I've been avoiding doing those kinds of things. Oh, that's not nearly enough thrust. What do I have for adapter pieces? I have such crappy. I have nothing. What if? This will be a ride if this works. Why won't it go there? Doesn't like that. Okay. Wow, it really doesn't like that. It doesn't want me putting that. Why can't I attach? Wow. Oh, because I'm on... No, but still it won't let me. I was thinking... The thing is, there's only one of them. Doing that... I don't know. This might be sketchy. Okay, I don't know why it's being so weird here. Oh, but now there's no node there. That's right. Ah, this isn't going to work. I need the cubic octagonal strut, which lets you stick anything to anything. My quad. Let's see. If I use a really small fuel can. See, the fuel cans will go on there. Why can't I put the fuel cans on, but then not put the... See, now the game's just getting on my nerves. This is what I'm talking about. What's the oh boy, I need more thrust to weight on that. I don't know, maybe I should wait. Whoops, doesn't work. For little nose cones. I think that's decent. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I think people see what my brain is telling me. But what my brain is telling me and what this might actually be capable of doing. So what I'm thinking about, it's gonna be too much engine. I'm thinking about building just like a little bitty orbiter. You need sea level engines. I know that. I know. So that my idea was, you know, slap some wings on this and then get, like, this might be getting just dumb. And this is just a spur of the moment thing. And then doing something like putting a pair of Reliance on here. So that the Reliance will be your sea level engine getting, oh, that is a lot of thrust. And then these guys are your upper stage engine, so it's rockets all the way. Oh, I'm gonna have to upgrade the space plane hangar if this is gonna work, and then just somehow put some wings on here. What do I got? I got no wing parts. No, I'm giving up. No. I don't even have decent wings, and I don't want to spend. I don't want to give up though. I really don't. This is stupid. Sorry. No. We're gonna go. Let's go back. Let's see. Oh, let's just go with my 2 Geminis. This is the craft I have. Why don't I do with that? And then I'll wait till I have some decent wing parts once I get more science. Maybe going to do that flyby of Eve will really help get some stuff. But I got here, where is it? This guy. This is the orbiter I have been using, and it can do 3 Kerbals comfortably. I think I'm just gonna put 2 of these up and just call it. Just call it. So this would be Gemini 6. Let's reset the text here. I'm using this a lot. Or, hang on. What if this, I've done this trick before. Like that's the P, it holds 2 Kerbals, right? Let's make sure I got the right one. Crew capacity of 2. Do something like this. Done this before. And you disable the decoupler because you never want these to separate. And you do... I just want to have just one going up rather than 2. Like that. It's going to need parachutes to come back down. Whoops. Or you can add a lander and you can hit 4. I'm not sure what you're getting at, Nathan, with that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, this might be my easiest way to get. And then I could... I still don't even have the TD-06 decoupler, for goodness sakes. I have nothing. But I could build a little teeny orbiter out of this. Oh, here comes more. Oh, Veos is amazing. Salam is saying, take inspiration from Veos, and it's like, yeah, I've tried. And I ain't good enough. I'm just flat out. I'm just not good enough. In fact, taking inspirations from Veos is what killed Jeb. Not that I'm blaming Veos for that. I'm 100% blaming myself. Just trying to construct a little orbiter like that. There's way too much. Why are there so many? I said disable those, didn't I? Disable staging, disable staging. I don't want to see those stages. There we go. This can go below here. 324 meters per second. I need a lot more than that. Oh wait, I'm in sorry, I am completely looking at the Atmo thing. That's pretty dumb. Look at Kerbal Engineer, that's why you got it installed. There we are. Oh, this is looking okay. And then maybe just tucking under here a little bit oh, I'm gonna need some reaction wheels. I don't think I need the big ones. You know what I'm gonna do? I hate this so much, that decoupler. I do have the stack separator, so I'll use the little stack separator. Just don't, it's too big. Like that, like that. Stick a probe body in there. Ooh, I have the hex now. Oh my gosh. Luxury. And some solar panels around that. And like some little bit of battery. That looks like heck on a stick, doesn't it? That's terrible. What if I enclose that? This is purely an... I just can't abide with how bad that looks. cannot abide by it. Oh, I'm the wrong button. I just made the solar panel the root part. Don't do that, silly. I mean, I'm not usually someone that gets too deep into aesthetics, but at the same time, I don't like it looking like crap. How about that? Probe core on a hitchhiker can. I do want something that can descend back down without being too, you know. Oh, that decoupler's in the wrong spot. That's why that's funny. Well, that DV is in no way can that DV be right. What the heck is going on here? 1240. Why are you saying this? That's that. That's that. This makes no sense. This makes some sense. That doesn't make any sense. Need a couple of antennas in there. That's gonna just it's just gonna end up crashing into the little service module bit. Don't want that. I think that'll work if we just sort of tuck it back just a little bit more. There we go. And make a little teeny tiny little gap in the solar panels here for it. Like that. What do we think? To cram a Dream Chaser. Yes, I'm a classic Dream Chaser. My issue with the Dream Chaser is a distinct lack of yeah, but okay, this I'm gonna say this is gonna be temp 1 because that's not a terrible idea. Okay, I'm gonna save that just temporarily, but the Dream Chaser idea is you take something like this, thinking out loud. Okay, so this is now going to be something that can hold some Kerbals. I could put some crappy wings on it. In fact, I can, but if I put a small little fuel can on here, we don't need a lot of thrust, and I'm pretty sure still well, I do have like things like the sparks. So this is just going to be for maneuvering in orbit. See, that's plenty. Okay. This is a Dream Chaser prototype. See, and then the idea would be I got to put some wings on this. This thing can fly around in orbit. It can hold 5 Kerbals. Put some wings on it. I'll get to that in just a little sec. And then you put a great big... Actually, yeah, you put a... how big can that fairing... The fairing's not that big. I might have to abandon this idea until I have some better... This is my biggest fairing. It just doesn't get... like, the wings would have to fit... Left there. The wings would have to fit inside that circle. Left Alt. There we go. That ends it. There we are. Could I build wings that would fit in that and still glide and get down to the runway without killing everybody? That would be the question. I'm not that sure I can. Where am I? Like... Even those are kind of big. Save this for a sec. Let's see what wing parts I can unlock. You want me to build a biplane? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Remember, I was just kind of thinking that got Jebediah killed. What do we got here? I'm mostly looking at wings parts. Swept wings. There are some decent wing parts in here. I don't know. I don't know. What I usually do with something like this is this kind of thing. To get it to fit into the fairing. These are pretty big, I think. Yeah, there's no way for it to fit. It's gonna come down with square wings. Now, I think I'm gonna be some other day. We'll get to this some other day. Once I have some more appropriate parts for this. Let's get back to what I was doing. This one, what did I have here before? I can't remember what I called it. I called it just Temp 1. Yeah. The exciting name of Temp 1. No, I think this is probably the better thing. So I got solar generation, I got some reaction wheels in there. I think this will work. Try and sort of just doll her up a little bit. I do like the shiny look. What's this thing going to be called? That's an important question to ask. also thinking what I should do is just make this the root part again, just a little bit. Is take this bit off and just rotate this. This will just so the two hatches actually. Oh, but then that looks. It is what it is. But I wanted the two hatches on the same side. And yeah, some folks will be going up upside down in this thing. The Daring Do Space Shuttle. Okay, let's see. It's left to my own devices. I get really, really terrible names. Let's call this. Oh my gosh. We have been going up. We had a Gemini which had okay. The Gemini carried 3 people, so it only makes sense in my game for the Apollo to hold 4 people. So that's what I'm going with. If you could say a lot of things about me, but consistency, I'm all about consistency. So this is going to be Apollo. Yeah, I think this works. Fix 4. So on the light action group, we will open up this. Open the antennas. And we got to put some lights on it. Because you gots to have lights on it. Shoot. Okay. That is in a crappy spot. This brace is always in a bad spot for when you want to put lights on this thing. Parachute's in a bad spot. Everything's in a bad spot. What if I just... Okay, I got ideas. Do that. Sort of, kind of, a little bit. Sure, I'm going with that. These folks are going to blink. And it's red on that side, and then this one removes the symmetry, make it green. Further red and green down here. Taking off that mirror symmetry one way. Yeah, I can't put it in there. Blinky white lights in here. Did I put the blink on that one? Yep. And this one, I'm gonna have a white light on the other side, but this side's gonna be just an amber light. So we're gonna blink at a different period. I always like to make one side of it a little different, just to kind of differentiate the top from the bottom. Okay. Not sure if I'm happy with this, but I'm getting to a point where I might just say she's good enough. Thinking of just, and this I don't think are necessary, but I'm wondering if it might look a little better. A little bit of struts in there. Does that make it look worse? I think maybe it looks a little better. Maybe in here too. No purpose behind that. Absolutely zero. I think it might be better than if I did this to here, and then these ones pick up right where those... I don't know if there's a way to make them look nice or not, but... There. Wanted to rotate those a little bit so it's just a little cleaner. That's like that. All right, this is it. I'm gonna. So this is Apollo. Actually, I had a crazy naming system, didn't I? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to guess at my naming system. Cancel. I can't remember. I think. No, it was KR dash, and then it was crude orbiter, and then I put a number for how many people it held, and this held 4, and then I would put, if this is, I'll rename it if that isn't my right naming scheme. There. I'm calling this, and this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Okay. No, the struts are purely aesthetic. The struts are purely aesthetic. This was not about anything except... now this can scale, can't it? Yes, here it is. There. There, that fits. No, the struts are purely for aesthetic purposes. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. So we're gonna build this fairing. And we're going to put it on the clamshell deploy up the 3 sides. And we're going to build some sort of booster to go under this. I think I need an engine plate to kind of clean this a little bit. Right here. So what I'm going to do... I think I have a 1.875 meter engine plate. I do. So that goes there. That goes there. And then that way when I get... I can go up to 2 point. Okay, I do have some pretty big. Just to make that transition a little cleaner. Can we make it a little shorter? That looks good. And then we can go to the 2.5 meter side. I do have some pretty decent sized engines for where I'm at. Gosh darn, I have the mainsail. I don't think I need that much. So my ability to lift stuff is certainly there. That would stage, that would stage. This needs to be here, this needs to be there. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is already a bazillion tons of Delta V. Okay, and a lot of thrust. Maybe I should just stay with the 1.875 meter size. I don't think I need to go this big. That's my biggest 1.875 meter tank. Not sure I'm a fan of that, but what is this skiff? Well, I do have Bobcats. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. A little bigger? A little bigger? I can even go a little bigger. I think I might go with this guy. As long as I got enough thrust. Ooh, I think I just... Yeah. Okay. Little bit, little bit, little bit. There, there. There, and there. That is lovely. Don't need all this stuff. Just like so. Okay, let's see if we can knock... What kind of textures do we got here? Probably dark is a good idea. I don't know. I'll have to do. Why not put the fairing on the booster instead of the orbiter? That's a good point. I don't know why I did it that way, but I did. I'm not gonna move it, but you're right. I could have put the fairing under the motor and put the whole. You know what the advantage is though, is I can stage the fairing. I don't have to be too. The fairing can be staged after I separate the orbiter, after I separate this booster. I think I'm doing this. Okay, and I'm gonna put the fairing onto the gear action group, so I can deploy that when I want, and then I can just move it out of the way and deploy the staging. Boom, boom. Okay, and I barely have to adjust the launch TWR. Maybe a few fins for a suggestion of stability. Oops. There we go. So, it ain't fancy. But I think she should get the job done. 3,800 meters per second of DV. I think she should be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. Wait, can I do anything with this? What are the different... Oh, the other option's just making it shiny. Okay, no, we'll go with this. So save it. Alright, so this has got to go up empty because I got to bring people down. So nobody's going aboard. I do now have the KRASH simulator mod installed because I was getting tired as the ships got more sophisticated that I was defaulting to doing things that were really simple just because I didn't want to test them. I wanted to give as good a chance as I could for them to work on the very first go. I'm just realizing something else I forgot, but I'll get to that in just a little bit. But I think this one is not going up with a crew, so I think I'm going to actually stay with the way it is, but I just realized something I forgot. Something I forgot is, let's delete the fairing just momentarily, is some sort of launch escape system, which is a necessity, right? We need to get our Kerbals free and clear if things go badly. Besides the fact, I think it looks good. So there's our launch escape system. Let's bring the fairing back in here. Fairing staged. So I do like a launch escape system. There. Okay. Okay. Probably make that shiny too. Yeah, shiny. Everything's shiny. Okay. That should be good if I put the docking port into the staging diagram. Put it down. So when I stage, this, and this will all deploy at the same time. Does that make sense? That does make sense. Yes, it does. So I gotta put that all into the gear action group. So we will deploy the fairing, decouple that node, and activate that engine. That should all go. That should be normal thing. I should also set up the abort action group in case of an abort. In case of abort, I want to deploy the fairing. I want to decouple this guy right here. And I want to activate that engine. Alright, that should do it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's build the fairing back. The fairing should be able to just kind of fit right into that nicely. Nice and clean. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There. Make it shiny. Now that looks like something. Oh, yeah, and we'll move this. Well, this gets all moved up to the top because that's all staged with an action group. I was being deployed. The fairing should be deployed, but I only had it in the staging diagram where it is just to get the DV parts right. Speaking of which, yeah, I need more thrust now because I just added a bunch of weight to this. It should be okay. Still alright. 4,000 meters per second at delta V. Should be fine. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. And now we take this out of the staging. This back out of the staging. And I don't think I can take this out of the staging. No. Okay, what? Things are in funny spots. That should be out of it. I think I just clicked on the wrong thing. There. Oh my gosh, I hope that's right. Okay, again, let's make sure no Kerbals are aboard. No Kerbals are aboard. Let's launch. Let's launch. And we'll find out whether I should have done a simulation or not. But at least if this thing goes down, it will be just an expensive mistake. It won't cost any Kerbal lives. Alright, so we are going to go for... Oh, I don't have an engineer chip aboard on this thing. That's okay. We are going to the station. Time warp that. There's our crew aboard the Cerberus. And I now have the locked prograde despite not having a pilot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, and oh, how about a little throttle? There's a 5. Knock her over just a little bit. Lock it to the prograde vector, and actually, I'm even going to roll. Looks better that way. Alright, now's where we get to find out what I've forgotten. We're falling over a little quick. So I'm just gonna lock the attitude off of prograde for a little bit. I do have to be a little cognizant of the fact that this thing might want to flip over. She seems to be doing okay. Keep an eye on that. Throttle, because we're about a minute, almost a minute to our apoapsis. Let's just keep it locked to prograde from now on. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be staging this fairing first or going to the orbiter first, but it doesn't matter. Because the orbiter's not inside the fairing, which is nice. It really looks like, yeah. Staging the orbiter in just a little bit. And more throttle. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna stage it now. I want to lose the weight, so boom. That's all that gone. It's functional. Might not be the prettiest thing I've ever built, but it's functional. But I actually like now having something that holds 4 Kerbals. We can get everybody aboard. Adding more. Well, I just realized when I have this oriented this way, the Apollo's upside down. Silly. Why'd I do that? Well, that's the only thing wrong that I did well. Oh, I have lost. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't have probe control. Oh, it does turn off. It said limited probe control. Oh, now I can't throttle up. Oh, I got Z? Oh my gosh. Okay, stop it. So does that mean my lights don't work? They do. Okay. Oh, you know, maybe I disabled that in the settings and gave me limited probe control rather than no probe control. I don't know. It's all good. Now that the antennas are out, it'll be picking up relay signals from relays out here, so that's good. Still pretty low in the atmosphere. That was not one of my better ascents. Of course, this being open's not helping either. Okay, some design changes might be in order. Just giving a little bit of throttle just to get my apoapsis back up over 80. But I had to open these doors to deploy the antenna so I can control the ship. And that, I think, added a lot of drag. We were still not quite out of the atmosphere, but we're okay. We're almost in orbit, and there's still 400 meters per second left in this thing, so it's fine. Okie dokie. 80 by 80. Are there no lights on this? Oh, okay. Oh, the lights are just on that side. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get rid of the information that is just in the way. There we go. Ooh, this burn's coming up quick. Do I have solar panels? Yes, there are solar panels. There they are, tucked in right there. Doing our rendezvous burn here. Oh, shoot. You know what I did forget? Yes, I did. I completely forgot. RCS. I have none. And I have a docking port on it. And the idea was to dock with this thing. Well, that's an interesting... I might... just need to keep it parked nearby. Oh, that wasn't... Well, we'll see what happens. But obviously, in Oversight, this thing requires RCS and monopropellant. Either way, we're going to be at the station in just under 17 minutes, so let's get that going. I could give a shot at docking without RCS. I don't have... We'll see how it goes if that is true. The alternative is just to keep it parked nearby, drive it over, EVA the Kerbals over. That was just dumb. Oops, I flipped the wrong way. That way. Okay, there's the station. Set that a little F4. Why that toggles off all the time really annoys me. It should be on as a default. You want that docking challenge? I could have put definitely RCS blocks on. I mean, I could have a couple of small RCS container, like monoprop containers here and here, like on the side here, and some RCS blocks on this piece, RCS blocks up here at the top. It would have been fine. Except for the fact none of that happened. I'll give a shot at docking without using RCS. Just got to kind of line up and drive in, but I'm not going to put too much time into it because it will work just to keep it parked nearby. In fact, what we could do is rendezvous the Cerberus with this thing rather than the station. Transfer the crew, transfer the science over, and the Cerberus has a probe core on it, so I could then just drive the dock the Cerberus with the station without anybody in it. But it might be fun to dock. at least give it a go. How's our... Oh, we're at 17, 18 minutes until this thing's... until our Cerberus is going to be close to its periapsis, so we should probably devote some attention to them. So I won't spend too much time being silly here. Station is coming into view. I believe there are lots of docking ports on it. Okay. Let's slow right down. Think about where I'm gonna go. Probably the end here. Now I could do... You know what? What I might just do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this using the mat... no, I'm not gonna use the mat loan technique. I was gonna use the mat loan technique and actually aim the station at this, but... What fun is that? That's not fun. I'm gonna try and do this legit skis. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm going the wrong... that way. So, the idea is going to be to come under it. Oh, this is... I've already used up a lot of my momentum. But I want to come under it. I need to give... You know what? Just give me almost no throttle here. Just give it a little puff. That way. Come under it, point northwards, and then drive forward. That's my whole plan. If it's gonna work, I don't know. I really have almost no speed relative to the station now. Okay, how's that looking? I think I'm a little bit... I'm going to spin around, get my speed more this way. So I've lost pretty much all my momentum. A little bit of a poof. Oh, wait. Nope. This way. Oh boy, no. Thought I had no momentum, but I have some. I just gave myself a bunch. Back. Oh, I see. I gotta... That's the positive target there. I am giving myself little itsy bitsy things of thrust. I don't know what I'm doing. Here, let's just do this. Oh my gosh! Ah, get it! You stay. there it is. Okay. Oh my God, I'm ecstatic about that. That was great. Kind of made that up as I went along, but very happy how that turned out. Let's toggle the torque. All of a sudden I realized, like, oh my God, I'm there. I'm there. Okay. I just want to turn off those reaction wheels. Okay. Time to get back to these peoples. Switch to them. Yeah, the parking option certainly would have worked, because if I parked it nearby, rendezvous this with the Apollo, then I wouldn't have, you know. But it worked. I'm not upset by that. In fact, I'm very happy with that. Needless to say, we'll take it down, but then RCS is going to be added to that vessel. Alright, meanwhile, these folks are ready for their next plunge. Oh, there's way too much traffic here. There we go. So there's our prediction for our next orbit. We'll just time warp through this. This better be worth it. There better be a lot of science aboard. Oh, I left a parachute behind. Someone's home without... These left a lot of parachutes back on Moon Station, where they're very, very useful parachutes on Moon Station. Without an atmosphere. Should have put a bunch of parachutes into... I wonder if there would have been the storage space for some parachutes on the Apollo. For the people here that don't have them. Who's the one that doesn't have a parachute? Deluxe has the parachute. They're only one. Oh, because they're the only one that didn't go to the surface. Valentina's taking the parachute. I have priorities. But yes, that makes sense, because Deluxe is the only one that didn't go down to the surface of the moon, and I took the parachutes away from them and forgot to give them back. Okay, so on our next pass, we're gonna have this orbit. That's I might, and then on the one after that, we're gonna come through, and then we're gonna hit the surface on the one. But I might bring that up just a little bit. I think I will. That's a little bit too tight. Ooh, time warping messes up the calculations. Hopefully it'll undo that when I get back up here. So I'm just going to push a little bit prograde. Just so that these two orbits aren't so close to each other. Just looking at my time to apoapsis here, and when we get it down to about 0, we'll just push a little prograde. That's it. That's better. I like that. I like that. That's good. Okay, one more aerobraking pass. It's so nice having trajectories for all this stuff, though, because making this bit of it not guesswork, because if this Apoapsis ever got into the atmosphere, these four are in a heck of a lot of trouble, especially the fact that they have one parachute to share between a lot of them. Okay, I'm gonna turn off trajectories. Don't think we need it anymore. Any gear in here? No. Oh, these are empty. Alright, so put a maneuver up here. We're going to bring our periapsis out of the atmosphere and start thinking about rendezvousing with that station. So right now the whole goal is just to have that periapsis just touching. That feels about right. Yeah, right about there, I think. Just touching the station's orbit, so that is just a teeny tiny little burn right there. Oh, and I can get my antennas deployed again now that we're not going through the atmosphere anymore. Oops. That's what I meant to do. That looks pretty good. Okay, so, you know what? Like, jeepers, we're not... Ooh, can I facilitate a rendezvous right on this go? This is not that far off, and if I miss it now, I think I gotta go all the way around, so... I don't know. Let's just play with a maneuver here a little bit. But what happens if I do a little bit of... radially outwards? Does that bring them closer? No, don't think so. Radially inwards. Yeah, a little radial inwards here. I think I'm gonna go for it. Just it's not gonna be the most efficient rendezvous in the world, but I think it should be okay. So I got a 0.2 kilometer separation here, an encounter speed of 193 meters per second, but I got 422 meters per second left in the vessel. This is a 77 meter per second burn, so it should all work. Boy, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna orient this. I guess it's radially in is what I was pointing, wasn't it? So a little bit of an unconventional burn there. Oh, I got this. There we go. And I'm going to be watching this because we're going to bring that encounter speed distance down. Burning straight down to the planet. And it's that second intersect that I'm really watching there. Let's see if we can finish this with some RCS. I saw 184 meters. Cool beans. I'm going to be there in 18 minutes, but we are chucking it, right? Or we are really going... It's going to be a high encounter speed. 195 meters per second. That's okay. We can deal. Oh, there's a station. Still 8 minutes. So we're gonna go by the station. Whoa. Oh, wait. Oh, it's off. So yeah, we're missing the station by about 62 kilometers in 2 minutes. But then we're gonna be closer a few minutes after that. According to that, I'm going to give myself all my thrust because I got a high speed to cancel out here. Valentina's like, this might be a little unconventional, but it's not going to be a problem. Alright, so I'm under 2 minutes away, and I think what I'm going to do is just start burning just a bit. Try and hold that time. Oh, I can get myself closer. No. Didn't take much throttle to hold the time, so I can get myself a lot closer. So we'll get to about under a minute to our target. That feels good. Let's just lock that right on retrograde. Again, I just want to give enough throttle to keep this time constant. Keep it from going down. And that way, I'm reducing my speed, but I'm not going to run into it. I'll play around as well with my directions here and try and keep the distance small too. I was noticing the time creeping up, so I just stop. Let ourselves get closer again. The station still hasn't come into render distance yet. I'm going to wait for it to render. There's always that bit of a pause when that happens. There it was. Okay. Again, throttle. Try and keep that time constant. Sticking right around 26. Push a retrograde vector back towards the anti-target icon. There. Easy peasy. And this time we actually have RCS aboard. What a concept. Here. Probably dock. There's another Cerberus. There's a Cerberus 1 and a Cerberus 2. This one's the Cerberus 2. Did I ever name it Cerberus 2? I did not. This should be Cerberus 2. And I should be slowing down. Whoop. Overcooked that. My mistake. let's flip over to the station here. We're going to dock right on that one. Set that as a target. Whoa. Hard to tell which way to go here. This way? No. This way. Yes. 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 That way. Maybe a little bit. Oh, wow. I have way too much thrust going. That's my problem. Okay. Doing that trick again. I'm going to select that. Control from here. We are on 270 and positive 10 for our attitude. Whoops. And so this should be at 90 and negative 10. The exact opposite attitude, and that should have the docking ports lined up. RCS on. You can see the target icon there. Let's give it a little bit of forward now. And then just put oh, my fingers are in the wrong spots. Oh, I should get ready to toggle the torque here too. Ah, come here, come here. Bonk. Okay, and toggle that torque. Okay, so let's transfer everybody over. So Valentina over to here. And I'm assuming who's Deluxe is a pilot. So let's transfer Deluxe over. And then the other two, I can't EVA from in there, so we got to transfer them from here to here. Oh, I guess I could have transferred straight to there. Oh, wait. No, cancel. Transfer bill. We got to have our scientist. And then we'll EVA our scientist, Dr. Jekyll, because I can't forget the science. Not like I've never done that before. There we go. Don't forget the science. People know me well. It's exactly the kind of thing I do forget. Okay. And I think there's room in this bottom one. Alright, so that should be a board. There should be science in here. Yes. Okay. So, where are we? Where is the KSC? There we are. Alright, let's get down there. And let's see. I'm really curious to see how much science I have after this. So, undock. Of course, can't back away because I have no RCS, but I can just sort of wiggle. Oh, wait, I turned off the torque, didn't I? There we go. Maneuver away there a little bit. We'll turn on trajectories one more time, and we should be able to just aim for the ocean out here. Oh, I overcooked it. I was looking at the... We got time. I was looking at the desert airfield icon. KSC's over here. Thankfully, we have lots of fuel and time to fix it. And actually, what was the tip-off that was getting me to realize I was wrong is that I wasn't... Like, how are we not over the KSC? Because the KSC's right on the equator. Answer, we weren't aboard. Like, wasn't even looking at the KSC. Alright, and now we get to find out how well this thing descends. Another design thing. I'm thinking now, it's a little late, but I should have put the reaction wheels and hid a pair of reaction wheels right in here. And the reason is there are no reaction wheels built into these capsules. And the moment I detach this service module, these things are going to tumble out of control. They might tumble the way I don't want them to go, which is parachute first. What I might do... How far are we? Okay, Bill. Bill. Construction mode. Can I take that out? Cannot detach small inline reaction wheels due to other things detached to it. Okay, let's take that off. Why are they floating there? They're like... Oh, here. I shouldn't be a slob. Let's actually attach everything onto here. I want to get to those reaction wheels and steal them. Thankfully, we have an engineer aboard. Time is of the essence, though. An engineer with very long arms who can reach right across. But... There we go. Okay, get back inside. That makes me feel so much better. Keep the batteries too. Very good, very good, very good. I'm gonna need those batteries. Okay, so we're gonna sort of a design. We still have a lot of altitude. Sort of a design. So I'm thinking in the real design, like to stick the batteries. Well, whatever. We're gonna. Right now, they're just going here and there and everywhere. All right. I feel better. I feel better. I know I was thinking to dot detach the service module too, but I think this is a good way to... I think this will work. This will work. We should have lots. Yeah, like batteries are all being charged, but I think a design change in this is not a bad idea. This is Scotty level jury rigging. Yeah. We can make it work, Captain. Bill earned his pay at that one. Not the engineers down at the KSC. Bill just took one look at this thing and went, "Wait a minute, this isn't right. This isn't right. We can't descend in this thing." What were they thinking? All right, so we are going to do that. There we go. And now we can put that onto retrograde. And I want to kind of discover if it will naturally kind of hang out this way. But I wouldn't have been able to do that without these reaction wheels. But I'm thinking the place I could... Yeah, there's a couple... I could put the reaction wheels right under this docking port, or I could hide them in here. Same with these batteries. I probably can stick them on there so they look a little better. I'm just going to keep it locked on retrograde. I don't trust the aerodynamics. Oh, there goes our stack separator. Everybody here is thanking Bill for that work. We're going to go into the dark, but that's just going to make Firefly look prettier. You know, and I'm looking too, like, oh my god, this always takes way more time than I think it does, but it does save me so much cash that you got all these vessels that you can just keep reusing, except for this one, of course. But I'm looking at the time and going, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to get to thinking about this Explore Eve contract. But now that I'm looking at the time, I'm thinking that's probably going to have to be for next week. But I am going to take a look at what science we uncover. What science we have. Lots of electricity, as you can see, so no worries of losing our attitude control. And also, these balls, like these capsules, are completely surrounded with a blader. They have a blader all around them, so. I'm just looking. Stop, 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 stop. Is it just... No, no, no. It's from... When I looked at it from this angle, it looked like the two capsules were sliding sideways on each other. I don't know if people can see what I can see, but it's just this texture. They're firmly attached. I thought for a moment they were not detached. Should also point out that like 2 of these folks are upside down in here. It's like these guys are what we are in the what we would call the eyeballs out configuration. Hanging from their straps, not nice and comfy like these 2 are up here. Oh, there's the KSC. It worked. It worked. That's all that matters. Should call this thing the Medusa. It's a thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. I started time warping and funny stuff started. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's fine now. Ugh, I don't know. I don't think this thing's entirely aerodynamically stable. But it seemed okay. I don't need to be locked here anymore, so I can turn that off. I think if I didn't have the SAS on, this thing would have just tumbled around. Is there a good rule for the parachutes per ton? Not... I know one of these parachutes is good for one of these capsules, so I have 2 capsules, so 2 parachutes, but not... I don't know. Not that I have. And it gets even trickier if you're going to use parachutes for like descending onto Duna or something like that. Like, I would just test it. It's the satellite of love. Hey, we made it down. That's all that matters. Yeah, it's like a disco ball coming down. Okay. And we're done. Alright, how much science is that? That's what it is. I'm always disappointed because it's at 30% of its normal rate. So always I do all this stuff. And then it's like, I only got that much science? But let's see. Maybe it'll surprise me this time. $204 science, bringing me up to 305, and quite good on the cash front too. So let's see what I really would like, because again, my next mission is going to be going to Eve with a flyby. So what I would really love is, okay, I can get into this tier here. Is there any kind of science that's transmittable? Okay, we got the infrared. Surface scanning module. Oh, the surface scanner. Atmospheric fluid variometer. And a medium scanning arm. I'm looking for something that I can transmit with. Oh, better probe bodies. Like this I can't even say the word. Magnetometer. There we go. I can do it. I can do it. I like that. The double C seismic accelerometer is only good for when you're on the surface of a body, but honestly, that's pretty good. I also have, oh, the passive, the Grand Slam passive seismometer. And that's a better antenna if you're going to go interplanetary. But who knows? Again, though, that's just for Kerbal. So this is definitely a thought right here, only for the magnetometer. Is there any other just sign? These are all deployable solar panels and lights and bigger batteries. Oh, the science lab. People are warning me, don't cheat with the science lab. But oh my gosh, look at it. It's just there. I want the science lab. Ladder, scanning arms. This is good crude stuff, but not for now. Again, some nicer capsules. I'm thinking this. I'm thinking electronics here for 300. I don't need... Yeah, it does have better antennas too. Big relay antenna and the Communitron HG5. I do have back here, I unlocked the DTS-M1, which is good enough to get yourself to Eve. But a better antenna might not be a bad thing either. It's better. So I think I am going to go with electronics because I'm purely thinking about this uncrewed probe to go to Eve. So there we go. Might be nice to, well, might be able to get this up to level 3 too. We'll see. I got to do some figuring to see what I'm going to do with the antennas. But you know, I'm just going to time warp this to daytime. I'm looking at the time of the stream and I'm thinking that's what we're going to be doing next stream. We're going to start right off the bat with building an Eve probe. Going to do a flyby Eve, hopefully transmitting back a ton of science. This is also going to be our first thing in orbit about the sun too, so as much as I can transmit back home, the better. In the meantime, though, I'm going to thank everybody that's in the chat, thank everybody that's watching this at a later date. An extra special and heartfelt thank you to my Patreon patrons, YouTube members, those that subscribe and chat and comment and all of that kind of good stuff. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.